What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazique. I am a Fight Guy, Forbes contributor, and also write for Heavy.com. We're talking UFC Fight Night 171, and this is still in the prelims. Michael Johnson against Thiago Moisés. This is one of the fights. If you look at the Bet Online odds here on the screen, it's one of the closest fights here. You got minus 114 favorite for Michael Johnson, just barely a favorite over Thiago Moises. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if I'm Michael Johnson coming in here at 20 and 15 according to the UFC, 19 and 15 according to Sherdog, you gotta be like, wow, this is a kind of a, I don't know if you can say it's a disrespectful thing, but it's definitely a wake up call, so to speak. I don't know if you realize, or a lot of people realize, what Michael Johnson has accomplished in his career. Yes, that win-loss record is not the most, beautiful if you look at it because it's too close to 500. But I mean, look at some of the people that Michael Johnson has beat in his career. He knocked out Dustin Poirier in the first round back in 2016. He has victories over Edson Barboza, Melvin Guillard, Gleison Tibau, Joe Lozon, Tony Ferguson. Before Saturday, when Justin Gaethje defeated Tony Ferguson, Michael Johnson was the last guy to beat Tony Ferguson. So, I mean, he has really, I mean, how many people are walking around mixed martial arts right now that can say that they have a victory over Dustin Poirier, Edson Barboza, and Tony Ferguson? Michael Johnson can say that. So, and he also, when he did lose to Khabib Nurmagomedov, if you saw the fight, he nearly knocked Khabib out in the first round. Caught him with a big shot, and Khabib was wobbled and got himself together, and then he just pounded and grounded Michael Johnson from there. But he had an opportunity and he had a shot. So Michael Johnson is as skilled as they come. He had a firefight with Justin Gaethje where he nearly knocked Justin Gaethje out, but Gaethje's recuperative skills is just amazing. So this guy has competed with the best there is at 155 pounds and has won some, he's lost some, but he's still, you have to consider that he's a formidable guy unless he comes into this fight and this is the fight that he gets old. And if you look at what's been happening in his career recently, there's something to suggest maybe that's what's happening. He's on a 2-fight losing streak, lost to Josh Emmett, lost to Stephen Ray in his last fight back in October. So this is, I think, a must-win fight for him. Thiago Moisés comes in. He came from Dana White Tuesday night Contender Series, earned a spot on the roster with a first-round knockout out over Gleison Marais Cutis. But then when he stepped into the actual roster, lost a unanimous decision to Beneil Dariush, which is no shame in that. Dariush is a heck of a fighter. Won a unanimous decision over Kurt Holobaugh in his next fight, but then lost the unanimous decision to Damir Ismagulov, and that was his last fight back in August. So I don't know if we know exactly who Thiago Moisés is as far as a UFC competitor. And looking at just them physically, both guys have pretty long arms, but Michael Johnson's arms are a little bit longer. He's a little taller. And so his reach and range should be better both for kicks and for punches. From a statistical standpoint, Michael Johnson is he can take some shots. Unfortunately, he can get a little bit careless on the feet, but he he's very active. Lands over 4 shots, 4 punches per minute, and while he's in the octagon, takes a little bit less than 4 shots per minute. His defense is about 58%. Strike accuracy is not as good as Moises. 37% of the shots he throws, he lands. 45% of the shots Moises throws, he lands. But he's not as busy. And I think that's been one of the reasons why he's come out on the short end of the stick in some of those unanimous decisions, landing just under 3 shots per minute. And he's taken about 3.38. If you go look at takedowns, Michael Johnson won't generally go for takedowns, but he does have 45% accuracy when he does go. He's been really good at fighting takedowns off. He's at 78% there because if you do take Michael Johnson down, you've probably got him. That's been his biggest weakness is on fighting off the ground. Moises has a 68% takedown defense and 36% accuracy. So from a statistical standpoint, it's kind of, It's a little bit even with one guy having the edge here, one guy having another edge slightly there. From a striking standpoint, just pure striking, I easily would give this to Michael Johnson. Hands are quicker. He has good power. While he can get a little bit careless, I don't have any doubt in my mind he should be able to outstrike Thiago Moisés. Fight goes to the ground. I don't give Michael Johnson much of an edge against most top guys on the ground. Definitely not against Thiago Moises, who is skilled on the ground. Michael Johnson has 2 submission victories in his entire career, and none of those happened anytime recently. As a matter of fact, the last time he submitted a guy was 11 years ago. He submitted a guy named Clay French with a Kimura back in 2009. And the only other submission he had was in the second fight of his career against somebody named Steve Schneider, and that was back in 2008. So needless to say, Michael Johnson's not going to try to submit anyone. Moises more likely to do that, even though he does not have a submission yet in his UFC career. But I still would give him clearly an advantage when it comes to the grappling overall. Intangibles, Michael Johnson needs this fight. He needs to win. And I think he's going to come out looking to fight hard, looking to be smart. Moises is a much younger guy. He's only 25 years old. Perhaps he doesn't realize that he may need to win this fight. He'll be looking at a 2-fight losing streak if he does lose. And it'll be, up to the UFC to decide whether or not they want to pull the plug on him for right now, because he is 25. He has some time to leave, maybe get developed, come back. I don't know. But I think that Michael Johnson has an edge here in the intangibles, just because one of the biggest issues I've seen with Moises is just looking as though he's ready to really be aggressive and put his foot on the gas and to take the next step. I just haven't seen that with him yet. Michael Johnson will definitely bring it. His biggest issue is he cannot get careless if this fight goes to the ground. Submission losses have been his bugaboo for the most part. If you look over his record, 8 of his 15 losses have come by submissions. When he gets down there to the ground, he just can't get careless. He's got to keep his composure, be able to get the fight back to the feet. That's where he'll have the advantage. My official prediction here is that Michael Johnson wins this fight, and I think he's going to win it by a 2nd or 3rd round TKO. I can easily see him winning it by decision as well, but my official prediction is going to be a TKO for Mike, either in the 2nd or 3rd round. So I want to know what you guys think. Put it in the comment section for real. And also, make sure if you have not yet subscribed, please do so now. And also click that notifications bell so that you'll know when new videos come out. Also, upper right corner of the screen, you can look at all of the video and odds predictions for this particular card. I appreciate you watching. As always, God bless and peace.